check the tag. Now I'm rocking name brand. I'm only chasing after bags. Now I got a game plan. And I'm out here with the 700 3i5s. Look alive, look alive. Niggas came up on this side. Now they on the other side. Oh well, fuck them, dawg. We gon' see how hard they ride. I get racks to go outside. And I spit it with the guys. We up on the other side. Niggas acting like we tied. I've been gone since like July. Niggas acting like I died. They won't be expecting shit when Capo go to slide. Cause I told them that we put that shit behind us, but I lied.
Welcome back, man. How y'all doing today, man? You know, this is the first beginning of April, man. How y'all feeling today, man? So first off, before we get ready to pop and all this, man, let me get another round of applause in here, man. Round of applause for y'all tuning in today, man. Because without y'all, it would be no show. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, y'all know what time it is, man. If you new here, this your first time checking in, man, make sure you like, comment, drop where you watching from. You know, we want to know who all in the comments with us. And without further ado, we finna get right into it, man. We got a good episode for y'all today, so I hope y'all enjoy it, man. Let's roll right into it. As you know, this is The Rundown. I am your host, Apollo, man, and I got some special guests with me today. So with that being said, man, y'all unmute yourself and introduce yourself today, man.
Yeah, what's happening? This your boy Willpower, one half of the Dividend Gods, 1/5 for Top Flight Traders. You know, I'm in the house. Yeah, here to do some work today.
Yes, sir, man. It's your boy Hendrix, Pay Setters Financials LLC. Then we got our Discord, Top Flight Trading. We also got my Instagram, OG_Hendrix, 2 X's. All the links in the link tree for the Discords on my Instagram, on my Twitter, Dame Dash 132, and Facebook, Hendrix Curry. Let's get it.
Show that, man. Round of applause for the guest today, man. And without further ado, like I said, man, this is your show, The Market Rundown, man. This is like your sports centers for the market, man. So let's get right into it, man. Let me share my screen right quick. You know I got to start it off, man. You know, this is sports center for the market, man. You feel me? I'm a trader. I ain't no basketball player, man. Let's get right into it, though. So the day before we get started, man, I got a quick question, a quick discussion right now because we see it's a lot of panic going on in the market right now. You know what I'm saying? And we here to be transparent about what's going on because, honestly, this is real as it gonna get far as, like, your average day trader who in the market, who's trading, who's day trading, who's investing and actually got experience in the market. All three of us that's speaking right now, we got at least 3 years in the market with experience of a bull market and a bear market. So with that being said, my question right now is that for my people today is, how would you navigate this environment if you only invest? You know what I'm saying? Like, the people want to know, because they taking hits right now, what is the best way to navigate this market? So I'm going to give my answer, then I'm going to let my guests step in and give their 2 pointers too. So for me right now, I say while the market is down, you need to slowly hedge your positions that you believe in, man. Like, this is the time for you to really find out, like, okay, the market sentiment has changed. We just came off a bull market where the market done made all these new all-time highs. So if you a trader, you understand structure as far as how the market moves from far as moving up, down, and up, like the correlations of chart patterns. So if you want to know more about that as well, you know, we got the Top Flight Trading Discord where you could tune in. It's a free community and you can learn how to trade. So that is my answer for the day right now, is that how to navigate this market right now. I feel like if you only invest, you need to be learning how to trade and also understanding like your portfolio moving forward, like making sure your portfolio is recession proof, in my opinion. Because what I mean by that, like, so everybody portfolio is down right now. So if you got a portfolio, you got some investments, you want to look at the overall and you want to see far as your positions, which ones are down. Like, so some positions you may be 40%, 30%, 10%. So the ones that getting hit the hardest, this is the time to make your mind up. Do I want to continue holding this position, or I want to double down and get my average cost down to hedge that? Because that's all you can do right now. That's why I'm making this known right now. As far as an investor, all you can do is just weather the storm and just get in better position. So I'm gonna let my partner them say like, what they think you should be doing as far as right now in the market. Like how should investors navigate the market if they don't trade? Y'all can unmute yourself.
So I think you pretty much got it. You know, that's pretty much what you should be doing. But to add to that, I would say, okay, so we know what's going on now. So the thing for us to do is, okay, because the market is down, we have to always remember that the entire market is not down. Only certain sectors are falling. So you have to look for other avenues. I mean, it's still money to be made. Insurance ain't stopped getting paid. Berkshire Hathaway been on the rise. You know, there are. What I'm saying is there are other sectors that are either starting to win or getting ready to be rewarded. So the key now is to either do all of that. Hedge what you have, but at the same time, look for other avenues, look to other sectors because that's what's going on.
All right, dude. Hendrix.
Yes, sir. Just to add to what everybody said, especially what Willie said, it's a bull market somewhere. So whether the underlying stock market is going down, you can invest in stuff like SQQ. It's an inverse to the Qs. Just about every stock got an inverse. They got an inverse SPY, um, different little sectors like that that's going up actually when the market is going down. Another thing you can do is if you got a hundred shares or something of an underlying stock, you could always hedge and sell covered calls if you have 100 shares, and that could help you along the way make some money or try to break even. Or you can always DCA too when you see value, a good pullback. So I think that's pretty much for investing. I think that's good tips.
For sure, for sure, for sure. So I got another question for y'all. So so how long do y'all think this scenario gonna last? And I'll answer first. So for me, I'm not focused on how long the scenario gonna last. The market gonna do what it do. So in my opinion, I say like I'm focused on getting in position and understanding that right now, since investments are taking the hedge, I have to get better at trading right now. Like this is the perfect time. Like if you understand and know and see the market falling, if you're a trader, you could take advantage of that and get some of your money back. So that would be my answer.
So as far as how long it'll last, I'm actually kind of with you on that. I'm just I don't care how long it lasts. I'm actually enjoying it because guess what? So many new positions are getting opened up. So I'm enjoying it. However, if you want to put a time frame on it, then just go to the general rule of thumb. Market trends last 3 to 5 years. We just came off a 5 year bull run. Take your pick.
Yo, what about you, Hendrix?
Yeah, it's so many variables to it. We got the Fed still pausing rates right now. I feel like if they do come out and start slashing interest rates, that could ease some pain. That's why Donald Trump is wanting Jerome Powell so much to cut rates because the tariffs are causing pain. So, I mean, and whether they come out with some type of deal where they can work it out, it's just going to be ongoing until they do that, really. Once we see deals being made and all across the board, I feel like it'll be good. I don't think there's really no time limit on it. It's just about who gonna stop the big run and just not let their country suffer and just come to come to agreements.
For sure. I definitely agree with that. So, with that being said, that was just a quick conversation I wanted to do with y'all, before I start the show, just to always kind of speak on what's going on right now. And that was on my heart. I was like, you know what, this morning, I want to start the show out with a conversation about how to navigate this market, because as we get into it, you're going to see the sentiment of the market. And like, we're gonna talk about that when I get to it, because I ain't never seen the market this fearful before. So with that being said, let's get right into it with the forex, man. This week we got April 6th through the 12th, and right now we looking at Sunday and Monday. We have no news, so it may be slow motion. Then Tuesday we got CAD and New Zealand dollar. That's a red folder official cash rate for New Zealand dollar. Also, we got the yen to be the Bank of Japan governor speaks, which should be some movement. Then US dollar, we got FOMC meetings. And I want y'all to add in real quick about the FOMC meetings, how y'all feel that one, how do y'all feel about right now? Do you think he gonna hike or cut, or you think he gonna keep it the same?
To be honest, I don't know, man. These folks, them, you just gotta wait and see with them, bro. Like it's never, it's never any way to tell. He never says anything definitive. So it's just you just have to wait for the results, in my opinion.
For sure. What
Okay.
about you, Hendrix?
Yeah, the indication I got from the last meeting is they ain't gonna be doing nothing no time soon. They just gotta see how the tariff inflation impacts the economy first. So they just make a move and cut rates right now. So I think they just gonna do nothing right now. They just gonna wait and see how everything pans out.
And if they do nothing from past results, like let me one more last time and we can move on. So if they do nothing, how does that usually reacts to the market when they do nothing? Like if they keep it the same, is that bullish or bearish for the dollar?
So what I
Both,
seen
Oh,
Friday,
yeah, Sage
oh,
go first. Yep.
oh,
both. I've seen, and from what I've seen, it usually does both. It'll spike one direction and spike back the other direction, and then it'll straight flat line. That's what I see.
Okay, what about you, Hendrix?
yeah, the dollar is kind of unpredictable with it. Like I lean more towards the spy to show me, from what he's talking about, but the dollar got so many variables to it, supply and demand, and then if the Fed do impact it like that, I think it's more of like when the spy is going down, the dollar is having a more positive effect, or it's inverse. And sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes both can be running. It's just like Willie said, it's wishy-washy with these people.
For sure. All right, so Thursday we got the Australian dollar, which is they governor Bullock speak. So if you trade Australian versus the dollar, or any Australian versus a pill, you should see some movement. And then Thursday, what I was ready to get into, that we got core CPI, and also for the pound Friday at 1 a.m. they got they GDP, gross domestic product. Then we got our core PPI and PPI monthly. So I feel like, and we got prelim consumer sentiment. So I feel like this week gonna give us more indication of where we headed, because the dollar got like some good news, and this either gonna create a pullback for the bear market to continue going down, or this could be the start of us seeing a correction, because I've heard that April usually are good months for the stock market. And I also want y'all to add into that before we get ready to go into the next one. Like what is y'all belief of how do y'all think April will perform this month?
I think I think the market will continue to do what it's been doing. If you're looking for a reversal stop, the thing you should look for is a I guess you could say more of a bottoming, not a bottoming out, but more of a flatlining when you get to a certain price point. But that's what you should look for. flatlining. I wouldn't look for a whole lot of volatility. I'll say that.
All right, Hendrix.
Uh, well, yeah, current situation we have April is usually seasonally bullish, but I don't think it's going to pan out this way. You know, seasonality isn't always 100% right, but we got people coming up with extreme margin calls coming up. Like I seen something where they said Lehman margin calls are coming back, and that's a term they referred to the margin calls they used in 2008 because of extreme like wealth loss. So they have to get their money back, and it's just gonna push the stocks down more if they getting like extreme margin call right now. So that's another negative catalyst. Plus, we just so much uncertainty. I just feel like, yeah, we just gonna continue down right now. I wouldn't be trying to buy the dip personally right now.
Okay. That definitely makes sense. So for my traders out there this week, man, y'all be careful. Make sure you do your own research. We are not financial advisors to throw that out there. We just giving our perspectives on the market of how we trade and invest. So with that being said, good luck to my trader this week. Make sure you get this money and make sure you tap into the Discord, Top Flight Trading, if you want to join a community where you can learn and have more conversations about the market. With that being said, we rolling into the next section, man. We got FX Street for this week. Now you can see, they say the EU pairs markets on edge after U.S. Liberation Day. So I gotta check out EU for that because they've been speaking a lot about EU, and I don't know. So I'm assuming that they saying like for the past month it's been selling the last quarter and this, but this week it's kind of neutral. Like the euros kind of gain a little momentum as you see this last week, 40% bullish. So if you trade EU, I definitely would be checking that out. They got some movements going on. And then GU, I like to trade GU, pound sterling corrects, but rally not over yet. But I know that GU had an impulse last week, so and it sold. So if you know how I trade, that means I feel like a continuation coming for GU as well. And then they also speaking about the US dollar, welcome to Trump land. So if you want to check out some of these other articles as far as Forex Street for my Forex traders, y'all can check that out. Then when we get into the stock part, we're gonna get into the fear and greed index. And this is what I was speaking about. I never seen the market at 4. Now, I'm gonna let them add in and speak on that too, but I think that this showing a different type of sentiment right now. Like if they're under 4, I feel like this is the bottom of the barrel. Like it's extremely fearful. So the last couple episodes we was talking, we was right under these ranges. Then we got a pullback, which felt to another continuation. So we in extreme fear. So keep that in mind. So when people are fearful, that's when you're supposed to buy. So I'm gonna let Hendrix and Willpower add on to that right quick.
Next week you'll see that motherfucker at 100. Buddy, this here is God. This is almost like a game. It seems like we're about to get some extreme fear mongering. It seems like the needle gonna go like all over the place. I can't. With it being here, because last week it was just at 44. You see what I'm saying? So with it being here now, I don't even personally. I wouldn't even pay this shit no attention.
Have you ever seen the market at 4?
Never in my life.
Okay.
That's why I wouldn't pay it any attention. Because this clearly says buy. However, I think we got more downside coming. So
We may be on here next week and see 0.
may see 0, or we may see 75. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you just never know.
What about you, Hendrix?
Yeah, I definitely think we gonna touch that 0. So we touch anything else this week. Yeah, it does look like a time to buy, but the news is just doing otherwise. Just I don't know. I just keep my eyes out. Definitely. I wouldn't get too bullish. I wouldn't get too bearish. I was just play positioning with size, try to set a stop loss, and just keep my eye out. Cause just as quick as it went down, something can happen to make it come back up. So, but I do think we finna break the meter first.
For sure that. So y'all make sure y'all keep your eyes out on the free and greed index. You know, I use CNN for that. All right, and then moving along, the earnings this week, we got a couple of we got some names this week. We got Levi, Dave and Buster, WD-40, Delta, Lovesac, CarMax, BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, Fastenal. So do y'all got anything y'all want to add on that?
No, I don't like nothing going on this week. There's some pretty good companies, some good names out there. Fastenal. A lot of people not familiar with Fastenal, but actually, I that's probably the one chart I would look at for the simple fact that they're quiet and they're an industrial company. And guess what? Industry is in high demand. Metals, materials, you know.
For sure. What about you, Hendrix?
Definitely. Only one I really just am interested in is like BlackRock right now. So we're gonna see how they do, how they perform on their earnings, and might get a position from there. I don't know. Might get a better buying range or a better put opportunity. We'll see though.
For sure. So y'all make sure y'all check this out, man. This earning whispers on Twitter, man. You can see what stocks has earnings for the week of April 7th, 2025. All right, now we moving on next to Yahoo Finance to see what's going on. So this one article I seen that I wanted to touch on for y'all to peep out, like we were just talking about. Wall Street strategists warn tariff impacts won't ease anytime soon. So if you want to get more fundamentals on that, you can click the article and check that out. And do y'all got anything y'all want to add on top of with the tariffs?
Actually, no. Only thing I can speak on that I would say about tariffs is it's only going to get worse. If you believe too much in politics and the media, you will get screwed. Let them have their fight.
Yo, what about you, dude?
Yeah. Um. Yeah. It's a lot of fear. Like I definitely agree with Willie. You gotta cut the noise, man. With the media, all that. I mean, everybody know it's bad. You know, the media always late to the punch. You just gotta follow the charts. But yeah, we got China coming back with the 34% tariff on the United States. And they are not setting that into place until the 10th this week. So if China and the United States haven't figured anything out by the 9th, then they gonna issue that tariff on the 10th. And I definitely feel like it's gonna be a downpour from there. But if China and the United States come up with something between then, I feel like that could ease it a little bit because I feel like that's our main competitor as far as the people we might be taxing the most. But yeah, I think that's all I had on the tariffs though.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just to add on what you were saying, like if y'all click the article, like basically what somebody's saying or y'all doing the research saying like it's too late to panic. And they saying that it'll take like several months for the full impact of tariffs to play out in the market. So also what can counter that is possible negotiations, like Hendrix said, and the impact of retaliation from other countries serve as the biggest catalyst in either direction, good or bad. So what they telling me now is that we need to be paying attention to the fundamentals. So if you know what's going on, you can take advantage of the move. So that's the advice that I want to give y'all, man. Make sure you checking out fundamentals right now. Stay informed. So, also I like to give y'all investing.com or whatnot. So they saying this week, they comparing this to Black Monday from the past, saying that investors are extremely nervous going into Monday's opening of trade, and some see signs of a 1987 Black Monday type event, while others see the easy trade as high hopes as Trump will make some announcement. So honestly, they it's confusion right now, in my opinion. Some people's being optimistic, some people feel like it ain't done. So my job to tell you guys is to present you with the information and tell you, man, do your own research and always build your own thesis about what's going on. So that's why my advice would to be to all my investors who only invest, this is the time to start learning how to trade, because now you have to sit on the sideline. Sad to say, if you don't have trade on your side, or if you don't have dividends, like for example, I have a dividend portfolio, so even though we're taking hits, I'm still recuperating. I'm getting paid monthly. So you got to kind of figure out right now, like, what's your goal or your bias on the market for the next 5 years or 3 years or 2 years. You got to make up your own synopsis about how you want to move, because everybody got different perspectives on how they moving with their portfolio. Some people making short-term moves, some people making long-term moves. It's about what you want to do and what's your goal. So identify your goals or what you see going on right now. Like, what is your goal in this market today, in this bear market? What are the goals? Figure that out. And we're gonna move on next to the crypto section, man. You know, crypto still moving the top 20 this coin market cap. Bitcoin still sitting at the top. It done hit 81,000. We got Ethereum at number 2. XRP still holding number 4, and Binance number 5. Solana still top 10. Doge and slid his way back in the top 10. Cardano in the top 10. We got Chainlink. I like Stellar XLM. I like AVAX. I like Shiba. So if you new in the crypto, man, I would say, man, I always check out the top 20 coins. If you don't know what to buy, man, look at what has the most market cap and see who's on sale and do a little research about the fundamentals of what the cryptos do. So I don't advise people to FOMO buying crypto. Don't buy crypto just because you hear everybody talking about it. Understand what you're buying. If you don't buy anything else, my number one asset would say at least buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin on sale right now. In my opinion, I feel like the lowest Bitcoin can go right now is probably 40 or 50,000, but at the same time, it's at a level right now at this 80,000. So if it break below 80, we can see price to continue to go down. But if it holds this as a support, this is a good time to accumulate Bitcoin. So you make your mind up. If Bitcoin is too high for you, you can figure out what other coins moves with Bitcoin. That's my homework for you guys this week for my crypto. Like, what coins, altcoins moves with Bitcoin? All right, do y'all got anything y'all want to add for the crypto?
And now just keep your eyes open. That's it. All the advice I got.
So, what about you, Hendrix?
Yeah, just be watching Bitcoin. Far as if it break 80, and then if it breaks 78, it could definitely go to 75, 74. So, and it'll probably drag all the other cryptos down with it. XRP, all those. So, but if it can hold, I feel like crypto may hold at the range it's at.
Right. So as you can see on crypto bubbles, you see that like on the last year, we still have certain cryptos still up, like Bitcoin still up 20%. We spoke about I do not know who this I'm gonna do some research for y'all. I'm gonna figure out who this is and like, because they still up for the year 764%, and I ain't heard no one speak about that coin for my crypto people. So if y'all know about OM, drop a comment in there and inform us about that so we can check it out, because you know this is a show for the people, by the people, man. We here to inform each other, man. So TRX up 100% for the year. BGB, I never heard of that. So make sure you check out Crypto Bubbles, where you can see who's up for the hour, the day, the weekly, and the month. They do not sponsor us, but this is a good way for you to quickly see what crypto's doing good or bad. So with that being said, we finna get into the next segment with willpower. I'm gonna let you take over.
All right, what's going on, people? How y'all doing?
One more thing, do you need to share the screen, right?
Yeah.
All right, 1 second. All right, the floor yours.
All right. So what I'm gonna do this week? Last week I did a stock valuation on Sunoco. This week I'm gonna show you. It comes from Dow Jones. It's the futures delivery intentions breakdown. Basically, it shows you the major firms who are buying lots or selling lots of silver. So this kind of gives you insight as to this is some fundamentals. They have give you insight as to where you think price should be headed. So as we're going to do now, I'm going to share my screen, and here we go. So from the CME Group, COMEX 5,000 silver futures, April 2025, delivery date the 7th, which is tomorrow. We have all these large firms that I don't know how many, but these are big firms, as you can tell by the names: Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, Citigroup, Advantage. Anyway, this column here, this column here is the column who's selling. This is the column of people who are not selling. So usually when this and this are equal, you could pretty much expect consolidation in the silver market, you know, because nobody's doing anything. However, if the number stops is higher, then you can kind of expect the price to go higher because people are holding. If issue goes higher, then you can kind of expect the price to go lower because people are offloading. So that's kind of one of the, I guess you could say, a fundamental tool that I use when it comes to trading silver every week. This comes out, I think it comes out every week, but it may come out twice a week. But I know I get it at least once a week. And you can get it directly from TradingView if you want. Like, it comes up all the time. And you can also check the news section and find it in there. And you can do it for gold and other futures as well. But it's a good tool, good fundamental tool. Maybe you too.
All right, appreciate that, man. Good game, good game. All right, Hendrix up next with portfolio positioning.
Yes, sir. Just gonna go over some sessions at end of this week and some I started, some I took. Okay. So last week we had the Tesla position, but it was 14 contracts. So I took 7 contracts at 12K profit, and I've been holding it for the rest of the week with the other 7 contracts remaining at, and came back up to 8,500. And I seen that after hours Tesla dropped pretty hard, so Monday this should be up pretty significant. I may take 3 more contracts this week, or I may just try to hold it out. And then I took a spot position Friday. I took it at about 51, about 51.10 on the XPX. It was all over the place because the SPY was just because we had the Fed meeting Friday, so it kind of like what Jerome Powell was talking about. But then when we realized we weren't really getting no Fed, cut, it started going back in my favor. So we'll see how these pan out. I might hold this for the rest of this week. I'm trying to be cautious with the SPY because it's multiple, just different companies all into one. So if one sector start doing good, it could probably bring the SPY back up. So just try to be in and out on the SPY. But yep, that's all I had right now.
For sure, bro. Bro, been going crazy on them over there, man. That's what we tell y'all, man. Tap in and check in, man. Cause Top Flight, man. Just to be 100% transparent, man. This is a free group, a free community where I don't know nobody else who's teaching trading that got experience, a group experienced team that's giving out the game, and we give out analysis every week, man. We got live gaming inside the chat, man. We got different sections for stock, crypto, options, futures. So this is your one go-to stop to learn how to trade, man. So trading ain't for everybody. It's a skill, but we advise if you invest, man, add trading to your arsenal, man. It's real good for you. So with that being said, we're gonna get back into the next segment, the dividend guys, man. So I'm gonna show y'all the portfolio for the week. Right now we sitting at let me see. Here we go. No, that ain't it. You gotta get your stuff together. Nope. Nope. There we go. Once again, we live, man. This 100% raw and uncut, man. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see right now, we sitting at 971 right now for the annual dividend income, and monthly we sitting at like $80. I finally cracked 80. You know, $2.66 for the daily. In the yield, 133%. You know what I'm saying? On cost right now is 93%. So as you can see, my goal is 120,000 annually, man. That's my goal, to be a retired dividend trader, man, at 120K. I'm not gonna stop though, but that's the goal. Why I know bills paid for, we getting back to enjoying life, man. That 9 to 5 costs too much, man. So this is the dividend guide, man. So with that being said, you know, this is the freedom portfolio.
Go ahead, do what you do, make it work for you. Go ahead, do what you do, make it work for you. Go ahead, do what you do, make it work for you. Go ahead, do what you do, make it work for you.
All right, I'm gonna let Willpower show his portfolio. You know, we're gonna show y'all every week, man, what's going on with the dividend. And then, you know, this is investing. This not trading. This just investing, like investing in stocks to where you can use that money to make passive income. All right, so I'm gonna leave it to Willpower.
All right. So here we go. This where I am with mine. Let me get it. Okay. 4,900 annually. You know, I was up, I'm down. I took a hit too. Don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm hedging, you know. Still averaging in. But yeah, that's why I am 400 a month. Still at 400 a month though. 411 a month, 94 a week, 13 a day. Year 91%. You know what I'm saying? 61.4 on cost. So I think I'm doing okay, you know?
Yes, sir, man. And you know, this all with under a year now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just started this. So for people who in the comments gonna be like, once we hit 2,000, a couple thousand a month, gonna tell us. I told Will, I'm not starting over. So if y'all want to grow with me now, you better start now. Like, I'm at $80 a month right now. I'm not starting over with no 2,500 or no. I'm not doing it. So you better join me now. Cause once I'm retired, I'm retired. You better catch me while you got me. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, that's the end of the segment as far as the Dividend Guys portfolio. Make sure you join the Discord, man. The Dividend Guys is free, and we also have a
TDG go.
premium for the guide list. And the guide list is the top 15 dividend stocks that we advise you buy, and we rotate out 5 every month to give you diversity. You know what I mean? So if you're interested in that, check that out, man.
Go ahead, do what you do, make it work for you. Go ahead, do what you do, make it work for you. Go ahead, do what you do, make it work for you. Go ahead, do what you do, make it work for you.
Yes, sir. All right, now we finna get next into the rundown, man. Let's get right to it, man. I'm gonna be real quick and brief. We running kind of a little over, but you know, they're going back. Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. Hold on. All right, so let me show y'all the chart right quick. All right, so as y'all can see, you went straight to gold on me, dude. I gotta go back to Bitcoin. I'm glad gold popped up. Nah, don't do that. All right, here we go. So as y'all can see, man, we still in the same predicament with Bitcoin, man. So I'm gonna tell you what this showing me, man. Like, so as you can see, we had an impulse from 99,000 all the way down to, like, I want to say, what is this? Oh, the field say this is. Hold on, let me use my mouse. Here we go. Yeah, use the mouse. All the way down to 78,000. That's where it impulse from 99,000 to 80,000. Then it retraced all the way up to our fib level to 78.60. So we had an impulse back from 95,000 all the way back down to 0. So this was a move in itself all the way back down. So since we came back, this has created what you call support, because they haven't broken these levels right here. So if price don't break, as you can see, as it keep hitting teetering, is not breaking. So this is a level of support down here. So you see we coming right back down. So we want to see what Bitcoin do again at 80,000. So if it break below 79,000, I can see us coming back down here to like 76, 72,000, which I gave you on the first week of the rundown. So Bitcoin is what you call trading sideways. It's been in the range just going sideways, up and down, up and down, up and down. So like I said, if you looking to trade on Bitcoin, if you looking for sales, wait until you get under this structure, under this zone, because we can come right here and turn right back around. But if we break below here, we can anticipate price to come down to 72,000 or somewhere in this range, 68, 70, that range right here. We can see price come down here. So I got alerts set down here. So next couple of weeks when this move play out, you will see it play out, because that's why we do this. Now on to the next one, because we short for time. I want to show gold too. So gold, we had an impulse from 2,800 all the way up to $3,056. So by March the 10th, price jumped up. By March 19th, 9 days, price moved from 2,800 to, it moved over almost about $200. So that's just quick math. 18.3, about almost $200. Well, you could say 200 points, however you identify that. But this is what I want you guys to see. So as you see, its price came down, retraced to the 23 level, and it shot up. Like if you want to learn more about the fib levels and the sauce that I use trading, make sure you book your consultation, or you can upgrade through Top Flight Trading. Make sure you tap in if you want to learn more about the charts and charting, like trend lines, Fibonacci, support and resistance, supply and demand zones. You know what I'm saying? So price retrace, it broke 30.57, then came back to retest. So right now I'm gonna set an alert right here above this candle. I do all my markups on the 4-hour candle. So, and I'm gonna set an alert if it break below this candle as well. So right now I anticipate to see if price respect this level right here, this demand zone, we can see price coming back up to like 3,100. But if not, if price continue to go down, I anticipate price to come down to my money zone on the fib level, which is 38 through 61.8. All right. So that's what we see for gold right now. Be cautious of this level to see if it break to continue to go down, or if we break the top of this counter to go back up to retest the highs. So make sure you check that out. Also, this was another setup that we took too. Also, the negative 61.8 reversal setup. So those were the two trades I took this week: gold sell and GJ buy. So we sold it down, which played out beautifully. So that's one of my setups that I take. Like I said, if you want to learn more, you want to fast track your learning, make sure you book a consultation. Last but not least, the other one I went over was GJ. So as you can see with GJ, price sold drastically. So I caught the buy on GJ before the sale happened now. So when we was looking, I took some screenshots. So when I was giving out the analysis as part of my game, you know, the fib level, every level on the fib gives you an idea of what you're supposed to be doing. So if you know the sauce, you know what we say around 120, what happens when price hit 120. So you know, if you in with Top Flight, you in with me, we made money on that. Let me show you how the move played out. So as you can see, like I said, this was Wednesday morning, 9:56. You see right here on 120, you see all this wick exhaustion, all this wick exhaustion. If you know what I trade, you know what we was waiting on. So as you can see, this was the time for the entry, or you could have set your order, a pending order at 194. As you can see, like Constructor was holding at 193.99, 194. So I already knew once price broke 94, we was going to the top. As you can see right here, no, let me go to the left right here. Boom. Price shot up. So as you can see, price shot up to 194.74. But as you know, at the 120, our TP level is somewhere up here. So if you want to know the sauce, tap in. But I'm going to continue to show you how it plays out. So the goal of the market rundown is to be 100% transparent and to run down everything that's going on. And as you can see, price kept going up and almost touched the top 195. So if you're a trader, you would have got an entry in it like we did below, right at 194, and that was over 100-some pip move, man. That was good money. And you know, the way I trade on the 4-hour, all you need is one setup for the week to make your money. But you know, you get more setups depending on how many pairs you trade. I trade a range of like 5 pairs. So GJ, gold, NAS 100, US 30, them kind of like my favorite pairs, and also Bitcoin. And then as you can see, after that, after we shot up down here, as you can see the date, that was April the 2nd now. And then price fell all the way back down, which was Wednesday. I'm assuming that was Liberation Day. And then it fell down, you know what I mean? So make sure you checking out everything. I'm gonna go over, I ain't touched NAS, US 30, S&P 500. As you can see, they all do this. Like I told you, US 30, NAS, and S&P 500, they got the same heartbeat. As you can see, we was trading sideways, then we failed. NAS 100, We was trading sideways, then we failed. Same thing. Let me see what we got on the field right now. Did the field, and actually, the field for the Nash played out. As you can see, it was already lined up. Price impulse from 100 down here to 19,000, retraced to the 61.8 and came down, retraced again and played out. So honestly, I'm gonna be looking for buys for Nas, and it may not be a long time buy, but we react to the market. We trade what we see, not what we think. So we take it step by step. So as price could still sell because we don't control the market. We just have scenarios, and that's what this rundown do, teach you scenarios on what to do on buy or sell situations. So with that being said, that's your rundown right now as far as what's going on for the week with these, and I'm gonna see if the guys got anything they want to add on top of that. And I think, Hendrix, I know Willpower got his analysis on silver, so I'm gonna stop sharing and let him share his screen right quick.
All
right, we ready for you, brother?
Well, here we go. Let's look at silver. What we got going on? All right. So you see we had that sharp drop last week, starting with Wednesday or Thursday in the market, but it was Wednesday when it began. So we have a level here. Okay. This is at around 29. Was it 29.5? So I'd watch 29.5. I'd watch this area 26.5, and I'd watch 22. I watch those areas, and that's all I do. I wouldn't. There's too much uncertainty to be looking for anything too long term, but there's also too much uncertainty to be looking for anything too short term. So now watch the level, because people are going to say, "Oh, they're going to tell you tariffs are going to make commodities skyrocket." Well, you see the skyrocket, right? Watch the level. That's all I got.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, man. Round of applause for bro for that, man. And we do these rundowns for y'all to get a quick analysis on what's really going on, so I hope y'all take advantage of that, because, we want everybody to... Go ahead. Wrong one. My bad, people. Wrong one. Hold on. Let me see what's going on. Sound. Win. That's why we do this rundown to show y'all, man, because we want y'all to win. And then also for my investors out there, man, this is a free masterclass to give y'all a quick basics of what the technicals is and how it play along with the fundamentals. You know what I mean? So with that being said, this the end of the rundown, man. Make sure you join the Discord, man. Tap in, man. We got Top Flight Trade, and then we also got the dividend guys for our investors, man. They brothers and sisters. They one of another, man. Like family, man. So and also check out the YouTube channel, man. We just started back posting. I had the podcast Dead Ass Serious on here. It's still located on the bottom under here. So we're gonna be rolling out season 2 pretty soon. But now we just rolled out the market rundown. So make sure y'all check that out. And we also live on TikTok as well. So I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Hope everything was good. Hope you learned a lot, man. And I hope y'all really take advantage of this market, man. Where they can follow y'all at. Make sure y'all give them the rundown, man, where they can tap in with y'all.
Yeah, you can find me Willpower Sending on Instagram, Willpower. Same thing on TikTok, you know what I'm saying? Find your boy there. You find me on Facebook, Willie Reed.
Yes, sir. You can find me in a Top Flight Trading Discord, man. My link is on my Instagram. My Instagram, OG_Hendrix with 2 X's. My other business, Paysetters Financials LLC, is under that link too. Facebook, Hendrix Curry. I got my links on my Facebook, Twitter, Dame-132. Yeah, man. That's all I got. Watch out for Black Monday, man.
For sure, man. And with that being said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the rundown, man. This episode 3, man. Matter of fact, give a round of applause for that, man. Episode 3 in the books. And with that being said, man, you know how we do it, man. It's the Market Rundown. This your host, Apollo. Make sure you tap in on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I am Apollo, man. And we here, man. I'm going to leave y'all with a message. You know I like to leave y'all with, man. The choice is yours, man. And you know, on that note, y'all do what it do, man. Let go. Wrong one. We gonna do what it do. This live.
Bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. Never don't know if you don't go for it. You can get rich, you can sleep broke. It ain't my business, nigga, that's your choice. You can get rich, you can stay poor. More to start, choice is yours.
Hey.
I ain't had no choice, I was forced. Choice is yours. But now I can choose though, you know. Choice is yours.
Make sure y'all doing the Discord, man.
This money over everything, man. I wake up and at it every morning. Choice is yours. Rise and grind today, cash. Choice is yours. What you gonna do? Barbecue or mildew? The choice is yours. You know what I'm saying? You gonna stay broke? The choice is yours. You gonna get some of this cash.
The choice is yours, man. And just like that.
And like that.